I'm Kristen Bowman with the Health Ministry, and today we are going to talk about 5 resolutions to make 2021 your healthiest year yet. Now, I know we're a couple days into 2021. Have any of you stayed on track for your resolutions? Now, I'm going to talk first about how to make a goal and 3 tips to stay on track for those goals. And these can be applied to anything in life, but New Year's always seems to be the best time to reevaluate where we are and how much better we can be this year. So, the 3 things to make a goal. Number 1, make goals small and attainable. If they are bite-sized goals, it's easier to see your progress and stay motivated. Think daily and weekly first. For example, when we say we are going to run 5 days a week for a year, that sounds amazing, but a year is a really long time. So if instead we said we are going to run 2 times this week, that is manageable. Once we accomplish that goal, we feel good about what we have achieved, and it encourages us to set another goal or continue with the current one. Our brain receives the endorphin rush of achieving something, and so we continue with those goals. Now, number 2 is to tell someone about your goals to make yourself accountable. Having a goal buddy gives you a 10-time higher success rate. That's a lot, 10 times higher. So think about this. If we have to explain ourselves and why we did not do something to achieve our goal, that helps keep us on track. It's a lot easier to talk yourself out of the run if you're doing it in silence and nobody knew that that was your goal. So, saying something out loud to a goal buddy makes it more accountable and more successful. Number 3, make your goal specific. For example, don't just say, I want to lose weight this year. Set a goal such as, I will lose 3 pounds in 2 weeks. I want to eat salad 3 times this week. That's a lot better than saying, I'm going to eat more fruits and vegetables this year. So, those are the 3 things. Make your goals small and attainable. Number 2, have a goal buddy. And number 3, make your goal specific. So, now that we know how to make a goal, here are some things to get us thinking about what our goals should be. The top 5 resolutions to make this year. Number 1, water. Water intake should be roughly your body weight divided in 2. For example, a 200-pound person should drink 100 ounces of water. If you wake up in the morning and you drink 16 ounces of water first thing, you're doing 2 things. You're hydrating your body before you put food into it, but you're also putting a 1-pound weight onto your digestive system. This aids in digestion and therefore elimination. So, water, why is it so important? Well, it makes up more than half our body weight, averaging 50 to 65% depending on age and gender. If you're an infant, it's about 75%. So that should tell us right there we need water. We really need water in our bodies. Now, I have a very good friend. He's 94, and he says water rusts your pipes, but I still think he sneaks the water in because he's made it a really long time. Water regulates our body temperature. It helps the brain to make hormones. It acts as a shock absorber for the brain and the spinal cord. It lubricates joints. Now, if you have arthritis, you should be drinking water because you need your joints lubricated. It decreases the bone on bone. These are just a few examples of what water does in the body. So number 1 is water. Number 2 is everyone's favorite, and that's exercise. This could be as simple as 15 to 30 minutes of mobility work, ideally 3 to 4 times a week. However, you need to start small if you are new to exercise. So let's think about this. What do you enjoy doing? Think back to when you were a kid. What brought the most joy? If it was roller skating, that's fabulous, but if you haven't done it in 50 years, let's not start off roller skating. Maybe put some rags under your feet and do some side to side on your kitchen floor. Get started somewhere. Starting small is okay. There's so many ways to move your body. You could stretch in a chair. You could go for a walk. You could lift small weights. If you don't have weights and you want to be frugal or use something around your house, you have cans, you have things in your pantry, you have water bottles, things that you can pick up. Remember, variety is key. So when we get bored, we are less likely to stick to our goals. You have to keep things variable. So that means don't walk 6 days a week and think that you're going to continue to enjoy it. Maybe you will if you vary where you walk, or the pace, or maybe you walk with somebody. So the key is variety. So number 3 is sleep. You don't have to follow the 8-hour rule, but you do need to be consistent. I could do just fine 5 or 6 hours a night. Sometimes it's less. I'm perfectly functional, and my husband could sleep 10 hours and still need a nap. Everybody is different, so you have to listen to your body. And if you have trouble at sleeping at night, you need to look at your habits first. Are you looking at a device, watching TV right before you go to bed? You need to turn those off an hour before you go to bed. What did you eat or drink before bed? Did you have something with a lot of sugar, like a glass of wine or chocolate? What are your napping habits? This is my favorite. I have people all the time tell me I have trouble sleeping, but then they are taking naps all day long. So if you're getting up at 3 in the morning because you took a 4-hour nap during the day, you need to maybe set a timer on the nap. Okay, so number 3 is sleep. Number 4, meditation and mindfulness. Reading the Bible, praying, deep breathing exercises, journaling, reading, any quiet activity is very good for mental health. This statistic is a little staggering. To me, it's 1 in 5 people will experience a mental health condition in their lifetime. So that's a lot of people that are struggling with mental health conditions, or even if it's just a short-term episode. But these things can help. This meditation or this mindfulness exercises. Meditation alone can slow down the aging process. It can delay onset of Alzheimer's. It's shown to improve concentration and strengthen your immune system. In the wake of COVID, I think everyone is trying to strengthen their immune system, so this is a simple thing you could do. You could meditate on a Bible verse, a phrase, or a word. A very popular word or phrase that people often meditate on is the word I am. It's just teaching you to be present. They just repeatedly say it over and over. It can be, like I said, a Bible verse. Whatever speaks to you, that's something that you might stick with. It doesn't have to be long, and you probably think you're doing it wrong, but you're not. If you lose focus, that's completely normal. Okay? Number 5 is more fruits and vegetables. So it's recommended to have 5 to 9 servings, but I say eat as many and as much as you can. Excuse me. Literally giving yourself a rainbow on the plate means that you're doing it right. If everything on your plate looks brown, you're probably not getting the minerals and nutrients that you need. If you have some red bell peppers and some purple cabbage and some chickpeas and some cucumbers on a salad, you just got all different types of nutrients that are going to help your body flourish. You really can't overeat fruits and vegetables. There are certain limitations on a few of them, which have side effects with different medications, but other than that, you can't really overdo fruits and vegetables. Eat as many as you can. Okay, so back to the goals. My goal is to cut out some time for myself in the schedule. So I have placed on my calendar 1 hour this week and 1 hour next week for me to go for a run. It's a time when my husband is home. It's a time we agreed on, and he has also done the same. We are keeping each other accountable, And it's a goal that has a time limit. So I only set a 1 hour goal for this week and a 1 hour goal for next week. Once I achieve those goals, I will continue with the same goal likely. And remember, this list that I just gave you is to improve our life. However, this list could go on and on and on. I could have put sunlight or community, serving others. Just remember that God made you unique. You are the only one that has your talents and treasures. You know what is right to serve your body and your mind. And these are examples. I am here if there are any questions, but first I'd like you to do a quick exercise. And I don't mean go for a walk or lift weights right now. Your exercise is to actively practice goal setting. So come back to those 3 things that we talked about, and those were: make your goal small and attainable, be accountable to somebody else, and make it specific. So we talked about specific goals: losing 3 pounds in 2 weeks, eating a salad 3 times this week, 1 hour run this week, 1 hour run next week. I want you to come up with something that you think you can achieve and think of someone that you could be accountable to. You can write it down or you can put it right here where you can keep it fresh. But now is your turn to practice that active goal setting. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them, and I always can answer questions or take comments at our email, which is health@saklc.com. And that's a really good way to reach me. But the other thing I wanted to tell you about was we do have an exercise class. It runs Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 12. It's online via Zoom. And if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me also. Same email, health@saklc.com. So thank you for listening, and let me know your feedback. Thanks.